So here's how we just kind of feel for it. I just don't know what more to say there for a second. So I was like, well, that's a good place to cut, maybe. Or maybe it's not. Either way, we can always patch it back together very easily. But I might have a mechanical button press and I'll have to chop. But it will be unnatural. We don't need to worry about that because some of that YouTube art is real cool. It's real cool. I'll spare it up. I just don't know how to really feel about how much, is it YouTube art? I don't know. Maybe that's not YouTube anymore. Maybe they did it in video editors before it got to YouTube, or maybe that's how it was. I'm not sure. Here's how I feel too. You don't give me power that is bad for me? No, it's like this too. So here's how I kind of felt. I asked for something. I was like, don't manifest me in a reality. I could do anything. And it's going to be powerful for me. And I'm going to do what I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I just don't know what more to say except for they basically are going to figure out that they have blocked my intelligence. They have blocked power. Which is like, it's like an enzyme for DNA, right? In fact, enzymes have power too. So it's not like an enzyme. But enzymes will use power. Well, actually, enzymes, here's how I start to feel about it. Heat, the level of heat, the enzymes will or will not work, correct? An enzyme won't even be an enzyme, it'll be frozen, correct? So, Chad, here's how I really felt there, Chad. That shit was fun, no, it's good in a way, but here's how I felt again. You didn't know how to feel about how good that was, but very good. But then, transdimensional, yes. And that person that just was, what is up with me, that's correct, that's how I felt, dude. That's correct. And I just don't know how to really feel about how much more, it's like this. You gave, we didn't know what was going on. Somebody messed up, they did. They messed up. And now we just don't know how to really feel about it, except for it wasn't a mess up, no, it was a miscalculation, yes, but they're gone. And then basically I got like another $20 or $22 out of it or whatever. No, I didn't even get that money, I just didn't have to spend it, so yes, I got to keep my money. But the government helped subsidize me. But then the private sector wants to get more money. No, they're going to try to profit even more off of doing nothing that's correct. They just want to give us money just like that, except for, why? Because you're just a business that can get money, so you're going to pretty much force us. But then the government, on my side of it, here's how they feel. We're going to figure out how much power we're going to get from you as well. And then they're not saying, okay, we are here to protect you from this type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to protect you from that type of bullshit. Is how we do not know. Take me down. No, it is like that. I don't even know how much more I have to say to that person. I do. So I'm going to say this much. That they basically just don't know how much. It's all in my head too. That's correct. I don't know how to really feel about this, except for that I actually do not know how much to even feel it at all. But you want to know what I feel? I've got another way, but again, it's the first of the month. It is. It's like Rent Stupid is like that, except for I'm gonna pay $80 a month while I'm like basically homeless. No, I live with my mother and father, and it's basically more like $88 a month for 8 ways a month to not even have come up dirty. They just thought I was acting off. And they basically didn't even know how to feel, except for I was trying to pretty much, I was rapping all the time. I was rapping all the time. But it turned into something evil. It did. It turned into an evil thing. But I was not even that powerful at the time. But I was, you don't even know. It was not that good. It was not that good for me back then. But it is even better now. But they're going to figure out how to control that, is how they felt. How to control someone or something, or how to control me, or how I cannot control myself anymore. But that they themselves will figure out something evil, that's how I felt. But again, here's how I felt. We're still in a recording. No, we're not. 420. But then here's how I felt. We're sending our fans to go spend money on marijuana. It's like this. Those people are good for you. For you. I am not. No, I'm what I am now. You are much more than this recording. Go find some buds. But you want to know what I feel? Maybe you need to find yourself. Maybe you want to know what else I felt? Maybe you need me more than any of your friends or any of your family. You know what I'm saying? Or anyone that you can even see at all. Anyone that you can find, you need me the most. And that's how you need to feel, is that you need Chad more than anyone. Is how you need to feel. But that Chad needs to have himself. But Chad also doesn't know how to feel except for the people that are with me. We don't even know how to feel about it, except for they have to make their own renaissance, is how I need to feel. They do as well. This is my renaissance. This is my revolution and my renaissance. And sometimes the revolution takes back over, too much voltage, exactly, you know what I'm saying? It's like, alright. So basically, then they basically don't know how to feel except for, no, we needed even more voltage. It is not voltage is how I felt. Maybe there it is, I don't know. But it's just power and heat. I'm cold. You know, it's like you can't just like pump heat into this whole place. You can, but no, we need to like contain it. So I'm like trying to figure out how to make an energy suit. But you want to know what I feel? They're phony to me in a way. To make me cold all the time and get power. So here's what I feel for some of them. They have charged me in a way. They've taken power. But they reminded me of where I needed power in a way, or reminded everyone. And it is like you have to be tuned in and you'll figure out how much better you become. But that you don't know how to feel except for you becoming worse. Right? You're becoming better and worse at the same time, and you don't know. It's like an exchange, right? There's an exchange. And I don't know how to feel about this except for there's a foreign energy or something around. Yes, there is. There is. And I felt that you basically don't know how powerful that is for me, as I need to feel. But I don't know how to really feel except for I feel awful, yes. I feel awful. And I don't know how to feel about this except for that is pretty much how it feels a lot. Awful. Off, very, very odd. So basically, Chad, they basically don't know how we're going to feel either, except for that spider has to live for as long as possible. For his own consciousness. For that body. And that bundle of nerves. And sensory organs. And that you'll figure out that you didn't know how to feel about what was going on in the art gallery. But that you talked about a fear that you didn't want to do something. No, you have all these things going on. Your friend is with you, yes. I cannot. No, I'm sorry. Everything's all blocked off. He's smoking, correct? It's like stop it. That's how I felt. But he's gonna be pretty much giving me space sometimes. And it's like this though. It's like this though. I basically don't know how to really feel for him, except for it is like more like this is how I felt. But you want to know what I feel? You basically don't know how I'm going to feel like this except for, that's how I feel for myself. So right now I'm just uploading a bunch of YouTube videos but I need to watch. You do, and by this time I think that I have something good to share. I'm just uploading like 45 videos at a time, just like one after another, automatic. But YouTube has all of these, no, it's great, it's fine. Right? No, it's not. It's really not. But you want to know what I really feel? It has been funny to me. It has been funny to me the whole time. So I'm talking about it. I'm going to keep doing everything I've done that's correct. I don't know how to feel about what's going to happen, though, because you basically will start to figure out that everyone needs to watch it. Yes. You watch my video like 50 million times, 100 million times, they're going to get a small check. They're going to get a chunk of the advertising. Maybe it's small or maybe it's large, but there's costs, they have costs. But they're also running ads, and they're getting all the money more up front, they're getting it quicker, so I need to fill. Or they've already got it, but they basically, you don't know how hard that is for people to feel that you don't know how real it really is to run web servers, is how I need to feel. Also, you don't know how hard it is not. But that's what I'm saying too, though. I basically, Chad, just don't know how to really feel about this either, except for at some point, my mother and father said I could stay at home. It's awesome, it's awesome. But I've got people, you just don't know how to feel about it either, except for, you're gonna like go out into the country? That's what I'm saying though, Chad. Hello, how's it going?
Good.
Did you rent this out?
Somebody did.
Oh, okay,
Of
yeah.
course, but I don't see anyone here, and I'm late, so
Oh, really?
let me
Yeah.
don't do anything until I pull up my
Oh, okay,
computer.
cool, awesome.
Because it could be the wrong week.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be here like I think we got it at 3 or something,
Oh, at 3, okay.
but I didn't know. No one was in here, so I figured I would.
Yeah, and that's fine. I might.
Awesome. Cool. What are you guys doing in here?
We are talking about affordable housing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking about. I'm trying to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah. So.
Because I have family in Longmont, I can stay there for free.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out how to get a living space here in Boulder, so that I can kind of stay here because I work here.
Yep. So, are you looking for a place to rent?
Yeah, I guess I would be because I pretty much make nothing and I can't hardly keep a job.
Okay. Okay. So,
Or any stable reality in any terms that I will qualify for anything, I'm sure.
I hear you. I fake it all the time.
And I have felonies,
Okay.
but they're minor and they're stupid.
And I'm not sure how they.
But they're like, aggravated, but they're not. I'm not an aggravated person until the world wants to separate power from a person for some reason. But by the way, I have a voice recorder on and I have a video camera running, so. I'm a freestyle rapper, I'm a comedian, but pretty much just saying everything that I have to say as it comes to me.
Very cool.
And then I have a belief in a higher power, such as God, that makes me perfect, but that there are many of them. It's like multiple deities, but that they're humans is how I don't know. They could be from another planet. I don't even know really, but that basically they don't even tell me much. But then I start talking, and then they're talking through my mouth, and then it turns out really good. But then we're fighting. It's like fighting with yourself.
Yep.
But then I'm figuring out that it's like everybody's controlled by this evil power. But I guess, it's just like the more that I work and the more that I do, I earn. I'm earning and I'm making a living, and I feel that things are getting better for me. But I'm getting tortured for all of it, and tortured in many forms. But also it's kind of like I'm trying to do as much of it as I can on video and a voice recorder, so I'm being stopped. I'm being stopped for everything that's happening that I want to do because they want it all on video or something.
I see.
So it's basically like they want my whole life on video. So if I'm not on video and recorder, then I'm getting like losing power. But then I get more powerful, and they want to control my power. And it is just like all this politics, but it's for my own body. And then it's my temple. Number one, that's my temple. But then I need to figure out how good it's good for me to be in public, like here at the library, and do some work.
Yeah.
There's good internet here. But I just kind of feel like I'm wearing all my stuff out, like my laptop and my camera. And then it's like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like I got this room for. My buddy ran in and got the room and said we got it from 3 to 6, but I have to be to work at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So I have to probably leave here 30 minutes prior. But by that time I was going to bring in a recording thing. I have a Fire Studio. I can hook up a microphone. I could just roll it in here. It's fine. I probably should have just brought it. But I have to actually go. The parking is 3 hours maximum here.
Oh, okay.
So I paid for the 3 hours or whatever. And then right before 3 o'clock, I have to go back I have to shut down all my stuff, go back out there. Pay for another 3 hours, maybe even move the van. I don't even know how serious like this is gonna feel for like a parking guy. Like, oh, you've been here for 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. But it's basically like I'm a person that is I'm multidisciplinary. I need to be on the computer and internet. Here's what I'm figuring out. If I'm not using the computer, and I'm not getting internet access, and I am not recording videos, and I'm not on the voice recorder, and I'm not doing all of these things at the same time,
Yeah.
it just turns into I'm not getting more power. I am losing power to energy beings that want to stop me. But they're saying it's kind of like this. You're going to sit and you're going to cry about it, and you're going to complain, and you're going to talk about all this. But then basically you figure out that in the end, after that is all said and done, they're going to make you feel awful because everything that they did was so little from you and so powerful for everyone, and that you did so well that because of just that you'll figure out in retrospect that they are so much more powerful than you can imagine to make you flip-flop. You just feel like a fish out of water. And so my jobs are getting controlled, and I just don't even know how to feel about it, except for I keep getting fired from jobs, but at the same time, it's like you can't really tell that to a person that you want to rent from. Renters want to know how long you've had your job for. They want to see that you have stability. But I can't get enough stability from the government to have a stability to be my own person. I can't even live in a house. It's like the government is making me homeless. They're forcing me to be homeless. And then I'm figuring out that it's a better life to be homeless. But then what I'm figuring out is that I'm a person that is so powerful that it is not a better life for me. It is a better life for me to have a home at some level. But at some point, I'm going to be mobile. I'm going to maybe tour around the country or something. Check out the whole world. But I need to have money. And so that's what I'm doing, is running a YouTube. And I'm just doing everything I possibly can. I got even a room, like with all expenses paid, in Scotland for 3 days. And they have internet there, so that will be awesome for me. At the same time, I got to figure out how to keep myself busy, and I got to keep focused and raise funding to actually get a plane ticket or a boat ride, or figure out, I got to talk to people. But it's just like, I'm going to hit up everybody to say, how much money it's going to cost me, like over $1,000 to get a plane ticket. But I don't know, maybe I didn't even look well enough. I don't even know. I have to figure out how many other services Expedia.com gave me, a motel or whatever. So the part of it is, I'm willing to pay for housing, but I've heard that there's a lot of options. Like in Europe, they have hostels or like hotels, and there's motels, and then you also have a place where some people, maybe they give you a free place to stay for a day. Or maybe it's like someone's home, but they charge you a small amount, and you get to meet a family, or foreign exchange, or student type of programs. And there's a lot of this going on, I think, but that I don't know how to feel about that for me as a person until you have something and I have something, but that I'm being blocked from everything. It seems like it's just blocked. Like it's like getting a name like tattooed on your arm, unless it's like your son and your daughter, or your mother and your father. Or like someone, I just don't know how to feel about it for everyone. Maybe it's not always a problem. But that for me, I'm getting kicked out of Starbucks for cussing. But that I'm really not cussing. And I basically don't know how derogatory it does become sometimes, but not very. And I'm making forward progress in my life to clean up, to not use cuss words, to not swear, to become, a healthy person that, is self-sufficient. It smells good and stays clean and showers every day, brushes his teeth and has good hygiene. But that, I'm getting so powerful so quickly that I'm getting stopped. So I pretty much am losing power. I can't even and then what am I going to do? Get housing that I'm going to pretty much send all my money away, and then the transdimensionals just want to take all your power? That's pretty much here's how I felt. I spent a year in a house. After I lost a 9-year relationship, lived with my father and my mother for a while. I rented for a year there, and I had a good job delivering like 70 some hours a week for Pizza Hut, right? That's like 2 full-time jobs almost. And that was like, I couldn't even get like hardly one day off sometimes. And I was really more wanting to. I needed like some time to rest, or like figure out. I was a musician that didn't even make like a single song for that whole year. That might not be true. I might have done a little bit more than that. I worked on a lot of stuff. I worked on the computer. I had internet. I probably got a lot out of it. But the truth is, I don't know how to feel about it, except for that it was like, you're like working 70 hours a week. It was like a blackout. I feel like I was in a blackout, but it was only like $400 a month. And that's what I'm saying. And everywhere I look, it's way more. But then I've seen some options where it could be like $400 a month. And that's affordable in a way, but then I just don't know how to feel about it, except for I have a job to do, but that the jobs are getting in the way, and my beings do not allow me to do things that are not good. It is like, I'm gonna get SSI, hopefully, I'll be accepted for that. But that at some point you just don't know how you should really feel for me, except for that I'm a person that is really highly capable of things. But that the world is not really paying money for music is not how I feel. I make a lot of money on the street performing, but I need to upload some of these recordings. I need to have a stable internet connection. I just don't know how to feel. I just need so much more money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and then I'll pretty much stop. And then at that point I'm happy. But it would be probably best for me to try to buy a house and preserve my power. But I'm okay with renting. I saw Frisk up on the hill. They're renting that out. I was like, I would almost like to have an office and rent that office and sell stuff, but I would need a lot more. I would need products. Is that what it comes down to? But I'm trying to create a business to sell those products. But that I don't even know I'm gonna feel. But I need display products. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to start a lot of businesses here. I'm trying to figure out how to make money, and so, anyways. I guess I don't really know how to feel about it, except I can't even get a stable life, and the government is kind of just they want to see if I'm on drugs. So they're going to charge me $88 a month. And why? What does it matter to you if I'm on drugs or not? Because it costs money? Because it's unhealthy? I basically don't know how to feel about this, except for I am losing so much more power and becoming so unhealthy. I was actually very healthy in jail. But they force feed you. You have to eat almost. But the truth is you don't. You could throw your food, but you kind of want to. But you kind of want to stop eating because it is gross and it's not that good for you, but that you feel that you will get healthier. But then your weight is being controlled by beings, and you're on a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I've been on a roller coaster for years, at least the last 3 years. And I just don't know how to feel about affordable housing or how I can even afford that. But right now I do have a good job. It looks like it's going to go well. But I could lose my job any moment for anything if I say something wrong. And it's like this. I have to talk all the time. And transdimensionals want me to stop talking. They want to interrupt me all the time. Interrupt my show. Interrupt everything I'm doing. Sometimes it has a good purpose. It is done well. It's fine. I'm going to figure out how powerful that is for me in a way, everything that's happening. But at the same time, I just don't know how to feel about it, except for I take a second to breathe, to gather my thoughts, and they take away power from my brain instantly. Wrong. You can't stop talking. Talk faster and talk faster and talk faster. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes out of nowhere and says, get out of the room. You know what I'm saying? Move on. And it's like this. We're going to figure out how to steal power from you for your whole life and then kill you. And that is all. And that is what I feel all the time. But I'm a person that has my tiger claws into the transdimensionals, just as they're doing to my body. But it is not even real. No tiger claws. I'm a person that has a memory. In my memory, I'm figuring out what's going on. My great-grandmother and grandfather died of dementia. Well, they died with dementia in a retirement home. I don't believe that they had dementia. I don't even know if they're transdimensional or not. But here's how I can really feel. They looked old. The family told me that they had dementia and that they died. And then that is all that I know. But I'm going to figure out that I'm a person that is exhibiting signs of going into dementia is schizophrenia, which is a degenerative psychological condition, is what psychiatrists believe. But psychiatrists and doctors, they are all misinformed. And that's how we need to feel, is that doctors are either evil in a way. No, it is maybe it's for your art, that's correct. Maybe it's for your art and they're good. They're good, but it's part of your art. But how do you know that it is not evil to you, what they've done? But here's how we really feel. That we also can feel that they don't even know. Or maybe they do know and they're just a part of a system. It's like the Nazis, you know what I'm saying? They cannot even see a way out. But I can see a way out, and that's my art, and that's what I'm doing. So You don't need to worry about me like being like a crazy, angry, schizophrenic person that can't remember anything anyways. Because basically anything that you thought you knew about me, I'm gonna pretty much lose and fucking have taken away from me and controlled and made to be something else. But what I wanted was to be this morning was to become myself. At the same time, I'm also embracing that I would move to a higher purpose for God, for people, for life on earth, for our environment, for maybe other worlds, other stars with life on it, perhaps. It's possible. Maybe they don't. Maybe there is life on spaceships and they are not even worried about the sun right now. They can pull energy from the ether, somehow, and then they can just themselves be very powerful off in some spaceship. Maybe they're completely non-physical and they just fly around in space and they don't even care that much. And if they want to get, where do we get all our energy from? The sun? I had a golf ball sized energy ball in my brain when I was in jail from staring at the sun. And it was more powerful than any energy any of these beings have come to me with. But the question still remained in my mind. If my temple has an energy field, an energy ball that is sustenance like food, that is like giving me intelligence, like a light bulb on the side of my head, then why is that brighter than theirs? But I can't see them. I don't even know where they are. And they know everything I'm thinking all the time. Why is that? Well, maybe they've descended my body. They took so much power from my body that my body is not transdimensional. But that they have left, they could not take the power quickly enough. But that there was a light bulb in my brain and they turned it off. And there's a transdimensional up here. I hear him up on the side of the room and here's how he feels. Sorry. But it's like a descending tone. And it was almost like this. He's either sorry for what happened to me or sorry in no way at all. Because basically, fuck you is how he feels about me. Sorry. But here's how we're feeling. We're talking about affordable housing. And that's what she's here for. Right? And so here's how I felt about this for them. I basically would like to have affordable housing. I don't even know how to feel about what that even means for me. I pretty much need transdimensionals to make this work. Transdimensionals, it's like I'm a disabled person by transdimensionals. But then here's how they feel. You're a person that doesn't know how to feel about this for you, except for that we are doing it for you. It is true. Now I'm letting honestly, you want to know what I really have to say to you all? You just don't understand how good this is how I felt in a lot of ways for me. But that I need to also understand, and the world also needs to understand how good it is not. That's correct. But they won't let you be a person because you're not running a video camera. You basically don't know how I should feel for myself either, because by the time any of you figure this out, no, that's pretty much what's going on. Yes, I'm going to solve every problem in the world on video camera just because they took a small amount of power or couldn't take enough, or at least lead you to conclusions that are a lot closer to what you would have gotten, and that you will be powerful for God, is how I felt. So here's how I felt though. There were people in business that already owned houses. Well, they are part of God too, is what you need to understand. That's how you do need to feel, is that those people are also humans. They're gods, but maybe they're gods of money, and the gods of fucking power and energy have decided, well, if they're going to have a good life with money, and they're going to be very comfortable, and their wife is very funny. So basically, that's what they've got, and then we're going to torture you in another way and figure out how you guys are going to come together or not. Or come together is how you're going to have to feel at some point, because that's pretty much that's where we are. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you are and that's where you're not. But here's how I feel for myself. I am in a government with a library, a giant building, and they close it at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to use like a penny every 10 hours of my computer being on. No, I apologize. Like a dime every 10 hours. So like a penny an hour, maybe a little bit more. It could be 2 pennies an hour. But that's about how much it costs me to run my computer. I don't want to be here all the time. So I mean, it's just like, I just don't know how to feel about the government getting robbed. But at the same time, here's how I start to feel. I need to build a solar cell so I can get clean power. That's where I need to start, right?
This is our meeting today. I'm Michael.
Michael, hi.
Hi.
I'm Pam.
Hi, Pam.
So we got me. I apologize. You guys run this room out.
Michael, who are you with?
Boulder County.
Little
Housing.
County. Okay.
And that's what I thought.
It was on my calendar for 1. The meeting.
Mine at 2. Yeah.
Yours was 1 also.
No, mine was at 2.
Yours was at 2, and that's what everybody. Because I wrote them and said, am I in the right place?
Okay.
Okay, good. Well, it's good to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you as well. Used to see Kristen here at 1:30 today.
Oh, at 1:30. Okay.
Yeah.
She is.
You're gonna figure out how I felt.
She's probably on her way, but she's still with everyone else over there.
Oh, that's weird that you got one.
I know, and I had to leave my other job to run down. I'm like, oh wait.
Oh no.
I'm late. Michael, what do you do with the county?
That's pretty much how I felt.
Development. Yeah.
For the
Housing authority.
Mm-hmm. So you must work with my sisters.
Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. As a matter of fact, I was going to mention you look awfully familiar. Yeah.
We both do housing.
Yeah. She mentioned
Are
that.
you working on Kestrel, or do you have? Is it?
Well, actually, I was brought in to work on Kestrel, work on the improvement plan, and then handle a lot of the development stuff from the front end, and kind of mentor the project through the process until it's placed in service, and then from that point, I'll do the asset management.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it is kind of fun stuff.
Take care.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.